Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am building another tiny house. This one is a tiny house in Strangerville. A little shout out to the person who donated enough so that I could get the pack. Thank you so much. It's been a real joy using it, honestly. I adore the world and the look of it and everything, so expect to see some more modern builds in this world because I think it looks kind of cool. But yeah, this is a tiny modern MESA house. I called it a MESA house just because it has a nice little alliteration to it. But yeah, I really had fun building this. It was really cool. It's just like a tiny space that is pretty modular, pretty modern, very modern actually, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I think it's really pretty. But really quickly though, I did actually download some custom content that is some like liberated plants and stuff from Strangerville and also from like Willow Creek and stuff. And yeah, expect to see that in my builds because I know that it's CC, but like I've kind of been in the CC mood lately, so yeah, once you do see a build coming from me, eventually it'll probably have CC. This one, however, does not have CC, but yeah, I love this house. It was so fun to build. I've been watching a lot of like house tours on YouTube, like the channel Kirsten Dirksen. I never can remember how to say her name, but she is a filmmaker and she does a lot of like house tours of like really interesting houses, a lot of tiny houses that are just like not like typical tiny houses that are like from like Living Big in a Tiny House, for example. These are more like just really interesting homes that have a really crazy story to them, and they're just like really extraordinary. But definitely go check out her channel, and also Living Big in a Tiny House and Tiny House Giant Journey, Tiny House Tours, etc., etc. Like there's a lot of YouTube stuff that I've watched to get inspiration for building, and I've also been watching, and I've kind of rewatched it, and there's like one episode left, but I'll probably rewatch the whole series again. It's called The World's Most Extraordinary Homes on Netflix. It's kind of like one of my favorite shows ever. They just kind of travel around and look at these incredibly like ridiculous houses, but they're just so amazing. They're not like weird or wacky. They're more just extraordinary, and they're just, yeah, some of them are just so cool. Like my favorite one that they toured was actually, well, there's a lot of favorites that I have. I can't really pick one, but one of my favorites was actually one built in Switzerland, I think. And it was like an underground house, and it was like kind of concave, like it was almost like a concave like sphere dug out. I don't know. It's hard to explain. If you have Netflix, I highly recommend watching that show because it's just so inspirational. But yeah, I've been really like wanting to make my houses look really interesting and different. So here I did like this really cool path with all the cacti and like the aloe vera plant or agave. I think it's the agave plant, yeah. And I did like a green roof, and I also used the what is it called? It's just like a stone path thing from Get Together, I think. Yeah, Get Together. And they're just like those like rugs that are like stones, that are like stone rugs, and we usually use them for just like pathways and stuff. And I did a kind of cool thing where I mixed using the rectangular one and the circular one in different sizes to kind of make it look a little bit more interesting, I guess. I do change the color. Don't worry, I don't leave it that red color. It was a little bit much, but also I'm sorry if my voice is being so weird right now. It's like occasionally getting like really like raspy. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. But anyway, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing extremely well. I'm still going strong at my job. I'm really enjoying my work and everything, and the workplace, and you know, my coworkers are cool, and like everything's really good. Everything's going really good for me right now, and I'm really happy about that. You know, I'm still dealing with stuff personally, like, you know, any human being is going to be, but you know, it's going well. And I feel like I don't have to put as much pressure on making YouTube videos anymore, so it's nice to just do them for fun. I haven't been uploading as much as I've been wanting to, honestly. It's just like, if I don't want to build something, I'm just not going to build, because nothing comes out good anymore if I do that. But yeah, I really love this path that I did. It's kind of my favorite part of the house. But I will say something. I really wish that we would have gotten a terrain paint that matched that like gravelly texture on that world bit there, you know, like at the front of the lot where there's like a path. I kind of wish that we had the same terrain paint to blend it in. There's just a lot of things, and this is just one of my critiques of The Sims 4 as a whole. I wish we had more items so that we could blend the lots into the world itself. Just because it would be nice to have like the terrain paint or the plants and stuff that is in the worlds outside of the lots that we can't control, so that we can kind of like blend it in a little bit. I have actually downloaded quite a bit of Brazen Lotus's custom content, as well as some of Nando's. My good friend Nando, he has some vehicles and some like plants and stuff from the worlds and everything. I highly recommend checking out. Check out all of Nando's stuff, by the way. He's kind of an amazing creator too. He makes like a lot of things. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's got like all this sorts of stuff. And just a little shout out to Boo. Okay. I'm not gonna be blowing smoke no more. I'm kidding. But anyway, Brazen Lotus also has some really cool stuff too. They actually had like, or no, this is by Plastic Box is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Brazen Lotus has some stuff, but also Plastic Box on Mod The Sims. They have some like really cool like fences and stuff that were like, they're like from the world. It's kind of weird too, because like when I would place it down sometimes and like remove the CC, they would still be there. I don't know. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this house. I need to stop talking about CC because there is none in this build. But yeah, this house is really fun with the colors. I went really like bright and light and modern inside. I almost always like default to really dark interiors, but I thought, you know what, this time I'm going to go with more whites and more like golden hues and just something that's a little bit different, something that's a little bit more luxurious feeling. I almost feel like this would be more of a luxury like getaway house, or like, you know, maybe your sim could come here to, you know, just get away from the, you know, the world for a little bit and just kind of relax in the Mesa. And it's just, it's really, really pretty. I really, really like the colors and just what I went with, to be honest. But yeah, it's just got one double bed and a little tiny bathroom and kitchen. It's really just for like maybe 2 Sims at the most. Really just one. And like the bed, for example, here, I really loved the colors from this bed. I thought, you know what, this looks perfect in this house. So I'm gonna go with this color scheme, sort of. And I'm starting to also kind of like let go of so much pressure when building. Like I tend to kind of overdo it with like making sure everything looks perfect, and I'm just like, just have fun with it, Luke. Just do whatever you want, even if it doesn't make sense. It's a video game. It ain't gotta make sense. Okay. One thing I did forget, and I was going to do it. Like I put a computer down, and then I was like, oh wait, we got a laptop with Strangerville. I'm gonna put that instead, and then I totally forgot. So there is no computer in this house, but you know, it's pretty easy to put one down if you do download this house, which you can download this house by searching my username, lukeydean. That is LUKEYDEAN, all one word, lowercase. And you can also search the hashtag Lukey as well to find it. But yeah, this is, I honestly love this house. I'm like super happy with it. It would be such a nice like getaway, I would think, or something of the sort. But yeah, I just love these windows with the curtains, and these dine out curtains, man, they're just like, they're so great. I love them so much. They're perfect in these situations. Like they're modern, but they have like a touch of like luxurious like vibes coming from them. So, you know, it just kind of works. But yeah, it's a very interesting shape interior, to be honest. The kitchen's kind of small. It works though. I mean, it's got enough space to, you know, cook and everything. It's got more than enough. You need at least one counter space to be able to prepare all the food and everything. So they should have that. And if they don't, well, you can delete the coffee maker, because I kind of get carried away with the clutter sometimes. I try to keep it minimal for the kitchens anymore though, because, you know, I personally, in my own real life, I would definitely prefer a kitchen be more clean and like uncluttered, because, you know, when you're cooking, you want to be able to like have enough space for everything and be able to access everything really easily without having a bunch of stuff in your way and like having to, you know, deal with stuff. And plus you can focus better whenever things are cleaner. So, or at least I can, but yeah. But anyway, I don't think there's anything too crazy about this house other than the front and the back. I absolutely adore the backyard as well. I think the landscaping and just the exterior of this house is really pretty. It's not like over the top crazy. It's really simple, but I really like it a lot. Like it's nice. I actually think it's really, really nice. And the living space here was kind of a little bit of a trick because I wasn't sure what to do, and I was like, what types of furniture do I have that'll work here in this like aesthetic? Because I didn't want to go with like something that was like too industrial or too, you know, glamorous. I wanted something that's like clean and modern. So I went with this sofa couch bench type of thing from the movie Bowling Night Stuff. It's from the Bowling Night Stuff. I never thought I would use this, actually. I probably only used this a handful of times, but it really looks quite nice here. Like, it's kind of cool. It looks very, I don't know, mid-century modern almost. It's got that little bit of a vibe to it, doesn't it? Yeah. And I combined it with these tables from Spa Day. I thought they looked really good, like kind of paired up like that. There's a lot of asymmetry going on there, and I like that. It looks really, really good in that little area. But yeah, that's kind of it though for this house. I play around with a bunch of other things like, oh my gosh, these rugs together. Oh my goodness. These two rugs, I'm trying to experiment with more with my builds, obviously. One of those rugs, the bigger one, is from the Get Famous expansion pack. And then the smaller one there, the one with like the lines across it, that is from the Fitness Stuff pack. Yeah, those colors, I never would have imagined using those two rugs together or that one rug from Fitness anyway, but they look good. I don't know. You just got to play around with this game, you know. That's one little tip that I have for anybody who wants to get into, you know, more building, who wants to get better at building. Maybe they want to just get better at building for themselves, or even if they want to start a YouTube channel. You have to do it a lot. Like, it's kind of the way it is with everything in life, but you got to build a lot. You got to experiment. You got to figure out what you like, because at the end of the day, build what you like to build. I like to build tiny houses a lot. I like to build modern houses a lot. I like to just build small modern spaces constantly, and that's what I do, and I stick to that. And sometimes I do kind of go outside of my own, you know, comfort zone to, you know, try new things. But also, here's something else I did in this build. I just got distracted from my phone. What did I say? Oh yeah. We don't have any like really like basic streamlined curtains or shades that worked for this house. Some of them were just a little bit too big. So I went into the debug menu, or if you type in bb.show hidden objects true into the cheat command bar, and then you go and search debug, and then you click on one of the search options, you will be brought with a bunch of just clutter items and stuff that you can look at. Just please ignore if there's any kind of Stranger Things spoilers or anything. But I basically took the paintings. These are just like blank canvases that are just in the game, you know, for whenever you're painting or whatever. You know, it's a debug item, so it's not really like supposed to be used for this. But I kind of mimicked some kind of shades / shutters for the interior and the exterior, and it kind of worked. It's a little glitchy. You can kind of see how it layers, and it's a little bit weird, but visually and just conceptually, it works really well, I think. And I'm like, you know what? This is what I wanted. It looks really good. It's very simple and clean, and it just, yeah. But that's pretty much the rundown of the house. There's a tiny little bathroom. It's fully functional. It's perfect for 1 or 2 Sims. It's definitely not meant for a family, but it's a teeny tiny little tiny house bathroom. So it's what you get with these tiny houses. This is definitely a little bit more like not as much of a tiny house like a tiny house in real life. It's more like just a small house that is tiny. You know what I mean? A tiny house, when you say tiny house, you kind of imagine a house on wheels that's on like a trailer bed. or something of the sort. This is kind of less of a tiny house and more of just like a compact micro house or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I copied the same thing that I did out front into the backyard. I did like this circular like patio area, and I just made it a really like just a nice little communal, like not communal area, but just like a nice convivial area that's just like got like a fire pit and like a barbecue and a table, and I think I put some easels or some other things, I don't know. But yeah, I really like this area. It's just this lot in particular has like the most beautiful view, so I could definitely see a very creative sim living here and like painting and being outside a lot, because I don't really know for sure, but Strangerville, you know, it's located in a like mesa deserty area, so I can imagine they don't get really a whole lot of rain. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I just thought they would be outside a lot, because it's very pretty. And but yeah, that's basically it. Be sure to check out the download for this house by searching my username, lukeydean, and the hashtag Lukey. And check out my Ko-fi page if you want to support the channel there. It's basically just a big online tip jar. It's an amazing, you know, way to support the channel. And for those of you all that have supported me there, thank you so very much. But also thank you all for just watching my videos and still being here while I'm trying to figure things out and everything. It's really awesome that you're here, and I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.
In the cold kitchen light, we both look for a sign, and you say, these are troubles of mine. Weary thoughts of breaking up, coming under your skin. Don't know if we should stop or begin. 'Cause I was there by your side, with my eyes open wide, and I know that will always be true.